over 30 seconds.
Mm.
Right. So I can now disappear that and say hello and welcome to Ask Angelika. Hello, Angelika.
Hello, Steven.
Right. Okay. Now we've got some tongue twisters today, but I'm going to say welcome to the show. And you are watching live Ask Angelika's German language tuition, idioms and tongue twisters. And this week is B. Last 2 weeks ago was A. This week is B. And this is officially season 4, episode 2. And if you want to watch any of the previous ones, just go to Angelika's YouTube channel, and they're all there, Angelika, are they not?
Oh, they are. All of them. Every single one of them.
Right. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're actually doing and what's coming up in this short broadcast?
Well, I've been meaning to do idioms and tongue twisters for quite a while. And so I thought if we put them in some sort of order, that makes it a little bit easier for me to choose them rather than just randomly choosing some every session. So last time, 2 weeks ago, we had one tongue twister with a lot of A's in it. And we had various idioms where the key word was a word beginning with A. So this time it's B. And you're going to be really lucky because you don't just have one tongue twister, you have two. And they're slightly more difficult than the one last time.
Oh, goody.
Yes, something to look forward to now.
To be honest, I do not practice. And as we go through each of the idioms, we'll do them in German, then in English. You can say the German along with me. We can't hear you. There's no problem with that. And say hello to Chris.
Hello,
and Chris is joining us from Belgium. And Chris says, hello, Steven and Angelika. Thank you, Chris. Hello to you too. Okay, well, shall we start?
Go on.
Everybody knows who we are now, so I'll hide that. So it's just the two of us on screen. And we'll go that way. Okay, so let's start with phrase number 1. I did check this with you. I was tempted to say red, but it's not red. So I'm going to go, red nicht den heißen Brei herum.
Oh, well spotted. Yes, you're absolutely right. Red nicht den heißen Brei herum.
Okay, now, if you want to help me by saying what the translation is, or that would be good. But something called, no, there's some words in there I do not recognize.
And of course, the problem is they don't help.
Okay, what is red short for?
Rede.
Rede.
And the verb is reden, which is to speak or talk.
So not to talk.
Or don't talk. Yeah.
Don't talk about the things which are called.
No, heiß in this case is the hot. Don't literally, it's something like don't talk around the hot broth, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Okay, so
but we have an idiom for that one, and that sounds probably just as weird. Okay,
and let's bring up the translation then. Literal translations don't work here. Doing it word for word just doesn't cut it. You need to do the whole sentence, and then you can go for the English equivalent, which is don't beat around the bush. Well, yeah, I mean that's a well-known idiom. But how do the two fit? We don't know.
I've done some research on some of the idioms, but somehow I've forgotten about this one. Probably because don't beat around the bush. Well, I guess it's beating around the bush. If you're literally imagining it, somebody's going around this bush instead of just coming out with whatever they need to say. And I guess it's the same with the hot cereal or the hot broth. You're walking around it instead of just getting out and say what you need to say.
Say what you mean.
Mm.
Yeah. And over to Chris. And Chris is saying the difficulties. Yeah,
Which
indeed.
that's why I wanted to do a show on idioms, because idioms are difficult. We all use them in our languages. Yeah. I mean, as soon as you saw the English sentence, don't beat around the bush, you said, oh, yes, of course. We know that one. That's very common. Yeah. But for a foreigner learning English, they may not recognize it, or not even may. In the beginning, they will not know what it means. And that
for an
happens
English,
to anybody learning a foreign language.
yeah, an English person learning German is going to be confused. And I'm playing that part today.
Not at the end of this show.
I'm playing the confused Englishman. Okay, so we come on. I'm just scrolling a bit, so I've got all lined up. And phrase number 2, alles in butter.
Alles in
Right.
butter.
Okay, so everything's in the butter. No.
Which, of course, doesn't make any sense whatsoever,
No.
does it?
No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't.
It means everything is okay. And I've done my research on this one. I thought, why is everything in butter? And I think there's probably more than one explanation, but the one of them is and I've written it down here so I can remember it. That's in the Middle Ages, when dealers had to transport glass or glasswares. They poured liquid butter around the items because the butter then hardened and the glasses would not break.
And then they transported them, heated them.
So when everything was in butter, everything was okay.
Right. Okay. So we can't take literally the translation or the equivalent idiom in English is, oh, no, it's not that one. It's this one. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to bamboozle anybody, alles in butter means that's okay. All good. Right. Phrase number 3. I haven't seen any numbers yet. I don't think I will, because there won't be any numbers. This is good. Macht heute blau.
Yeah, macht heute blau.
Today is making blue.
Today is making blue. Again, it doesn't make any sense. But it's a blue day is actually a little explanation. So I think we need to say first what it means in English.
Okay, we can do that. So in English, he's skipping work today.
Yeah, and one explanation for that one was that there was actually a blue day, which was the Blue Monday, when the dyers, those who were dyeing clothes, they had nothing to do. They had to wait for the dye to dry and turn blue. So they had the day off.
They had the weekend, production stopped. And then before they could start on Monday, they had to wait for the...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So macht heute blau, which makes their blue, skipping work today. Okay. Phrase 4. Etwas auf die lange Bank schieben.
Etwas auf die lange Bank schieben.
Right. Something off the long bank.
Bench.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We know benches. We've visited many benches. Something from the long bench, schieben.
Schieben is sort of to push along something on the long bench. I didn't research this one. What I possibly should have done is research the English idiom, but maybe you can explain the English equivalent.
Well, let's go for the English equivalent then. To phrase 4, to put something on the back burner. Right. Okay. Yes, I can do this. I can't explain why well, yeah, I can actually. Well, sort of. Put something on the back burner is to put it on one side for later, so that you're not actually going to do it now, but you don't want to forget it. So you put it on the back burner so it's still kept warm So you can return to it, and you don't have to return to it from cold. You can just pick it up and go with it. I haven't a clue.
Sounds good though. Well, we're pushing it on a long bench. I guess normally you've got things next to you, but if you're pushing it along further off for later.
Yeah, it is. It is. You probably got it there, which is putting in something off till later. Yeah. So rather than doing it now, you
Exactly.
you put it on the back burner means you won't forget it. Okay. And phrase 5. Ich habe keinen Bock.
Ja, ich habe keinen Bock.
I have no.
Now, Bock is short for Ziegenbock, which is a billy goat.
I have no billy goats. I can't think. I've got to be honest with you. I have no billy goats. I can't think of an English saying which goes anywhere close to that.
It doesn't.
Grace, any ideas? And anybody else who's watching, any ideas? If you're watching us and you make a comment, we'll show that comment on screen to do with Chris's. This is interactive. If you're watching where it says we'll get the comments later, we will do that because we're broadcasting everywhere today. All of which is a way of trying to work out what the billy goats have got to do with it. And take the short option and go for the English equivalent. That's not my business.
Oh no, you've gone too far.
Ah,
this
okay.
One should be. Did they get mixed up?
They did, yeah. Ich habe keinen Bock.
Should be.
Translates. Yeah,
I can't be bothered. That's it.
I can't be bothered.
Oh, good. Yeah, I can't be bothered. It comes from, as I said, Ziegenbock is a billy goat, and they're usually stubborn. And this was teenage talk. I can't remember how long ago. And it sort of just stopped. They just can't be bothered. Just like a billy goat who will not do what it's supposed to do.
Am I bothered? Okay. And so
that's different. This is really, I can't be bothered with doing whatever you told me to do.
Ich habe keinen Bock. And I can't be bothered. Oh, to Chris. And Chris is saying, I have no money-making machine. That was the previous one, isn't it? And all right, okay.
That would go with the next one, which where you by accident showed the English already.
Okay, so thank you, Doug. That's not my business problem. And the next phrase, which is phrase 7, yeah?
Well, we haven't had the German yet. That should have been before, but if they got mixed up, it may come now. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Phrase 6.
Yeah.
This is a live show, and we'll just prove it. Phrase 6. Das ist nicht mein Bier.
Yeah, das ist nicht mein Bier. Coming back to it being a live show, maybe the video show can't be bothered and hasn't got any Bock either.
Okay, thank you, Doug.
Das ist nicht mein Bier. And we already had the English, that's not my business or problem. And I looked into what the beer has got to do with it.
Okay.
And I found a fantastic explanation. This goes back to 19th century student life in Germany. Beer was very, I don't know why they're saying 19th century student life. Beer was very important. I'm sorry, when I was a student, beer was very important as well. But we just went to the pubs to drink it, or we bought the beers. But in those days, students apparently worked harder for promised beer. Unless it wasn't important.
Okay.
In which case they said, well, that's nicht mein Bier. And didn't bother doing it.
Not worth doing it for a beer. Okay,
no.
So that's not my business or problem. Right, I think we've sorted the prompter out, and we're now on to phrase 7. Ich verstehe nur Bahnhof.
Ja, ich verstehe nur Bahnhof.
I only understand stations. No, is that right? That's the literal translation.
That would be the literal translation, yeah.
Anybody, great show, guys. 6:30 a.m. in California. Time to get to work. Have a good day, Doug. I'll catch you later.
Thanks for listening before work.
Yeah, of course we know Doug back from the academy days. Okay, so it's Ik verstehe nur Bahnhof. I only understand stations. Okay, you got me. I surrender. Okay. It's all Greek to me. Oh, okay. Anything behind this one?
Well, I always thought, because I knew that Ich verstehe nur Bahnhof means it's all Greek to me, which is sort of, it doesn't mean much for people who do speak Greek because they would understand it. But for us, it means I don't understand what you're talking about. And I always thought Ich verstehe nur Bahnhof was because, when you're sitting at the station and you're hearing the announcements and you can't understand them. And I thought it was that, but it isn't at all. And I'm learning so much here. I've known this idiom for such a long time, but I never realized what the background is. And I need to read this as well because I copied this from, I think it was Wikipedia. And they said before and at the beginning of the First World War, many people sort of whipped up by corresponding propaganda were truly enthusiastic about the war. When in the course of the war, their atrocities and crimes became visible, this soon changed. At some point, the soldiers simply wanted to go home. In the process, the railway station became a symbol for the war-weary soldiers, signifying their imminent return home. All conversations on any other subject were cut short with the sentence, "I only understand railway stations."
Wow.
And I didn't know that at all. That was absolutely fantastic to read and find out.
So we're all learning. That's good.
Of course, that doesn't fit with the English translation. Or the English idiom. It's all Greek to me.
No.
So somebody must have been talking to some Greek people and couldn't understand a word. I don't know. No idea.
Ik verstehe niks.
Yeah.
It's the literal translation of "it's all Greek to me."
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. No. I haven't decided yet whether this is my favorite part. Because this is a tongue twister section. Now, you reverse things here, haven't you?
I have. I'm giving you the translation first, but actually, these two tongue twisters happen to be just as bad in English as they are in German.
Okay, so first I'm going to read phrase 8 in English, and then we're going to attempt the tongue twister. You can do this. If I'm going to go for it anyway. Okay, so phrase 8.
The tongue twister in English as well.
Okay. And deep breath. Brewer Bauer brews brown beer brews Brewer Bauer.
Well done. Now do the German one.
I've got to say, I don't check these beforehand. I do cut and paste them in the studio, but I don't read them on purpose so that you get a genuine experience. Okay, so the challenge is to read the German. Deep breath. Bierbrauer Bauer braut, braunes Bier, braut, Bierbrauer Bauer.
Well done. I don't actually think I could do it any faster.
Oh, we should have a race sometime. Not necessarily now. What's the literal translation of that?
Well, you've just had it. That's why I gave you the English first. So Bierbrauer is a brewer.
Right, we're literal now. Okay,
this is literal. This is a literal translation. Tongue twisters don't make much sense anyway. So here I'm giving you a literal translation. And in today's show, both tongue twisters are actually tongue twisters in English, or they're as difficult and could be tongue twisters in English as well.
Right. Okay, so Angelika's got 2 tongue twisters this week. So here we go again. Deep breath. Brushes with black bristles brush better than brushes with blue bristles.
That could be a tongue twister in English as well, couldn't it?
It could. If you said it quicker than I said it, yes, it could be. Right. Okay. So let's look at the German equivalent, direct translation. And deep breath. Bürsten mit schwarzen Borsten, Bürsten besser als Bürsten mit blauen Borsten.
Ja. Bürsten mit schwarzen Borsten, Bürsten besser als Bürsten mit blauen Borsten.
Which, to remind ourselves, is brushes with black bristles brush better than brushes with blue bristles. I don't think that's true for a moment. They look more like brushes, probably, because we expect the bristles to be dark.
No, of course it doesn't make any sense. This tongue twisters don't make any sense at all. They're just there to get your pronunciation, get your tongues twisted.
Bürsten mit schwarzen Borsten, Bürsten besser als Bürsten mit blauen Borsten. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, we got through that and we learned something along the way. We all learned something along the way. So what we're going to do now is rewind back to the top. And if I can find phrase 1, I think I've got it. Then what will happen now as a recap is that I just need to take everything off screen. No, I don't need to press. I need to press a button. Just a minute. Okay. Hide that. Go up to phrase number 1. And okay, so the German is read by Angelika, and I'm going to read the English.
Red nicht den heißen Brei herum.
Now, this is not a literal translation. Don't beat around the bush.
Alles in Butter.
Everything's okay.
Macht heute blau.
He's skipping work today. And we've got the explanation for that one. If you missed it, just rewind. Phrase 4.
Etwas auf die lange Bank schieben.
Okay. And to put something on the back burner. Phrase 5.
Ich hab keinen Bock.
You can't. I can't be bothered. Okay, so the next phrase 6.
Das ist nicht mein Bier.
And the equivalent is that's not my business or problem. We also had from Doug, it's not my circus, not my monkey. So we'd add that to the collection. So thank you, Doug. Okay, so that's not my business problem. Okay, so das ist nicht mein Bier. Okay, so we're on to the next one, which is your reason. Go on.
Ich verstehe nur Bahnhof.
Oh, and it's all Greek to me. Okay, now I'm going to read. We've got now the tongue twisters. I'm going to read the English, and then we'll listen to the correct pronunciation of the tongue twister itself in German.
We hope.
We hope. Okay. Brewer Bauer brews brown beer, brews Brewer Bauer. Which the tongue twister in German is
Bierbrauer Bauer braut braunes Bier, braut Bierbrauer Bauer.
Nearly.
Bierbrauer Bauer braut braunes Bier, braut Bierbrauer Bauer.
Well done. Well done. Persistence paid off there. Persistence paid off. It's not easy, is it?
No.
Right, the brushes with black bristles brush better than brushes with blue bristles. And here we go. And you got this. I know you got this. So I'm going to bring it up on screen in your own time.
Bürsten mit schwarzen Borsten, Bürsten besser als Bürsten mit blauen Borsten.
There we have it. And that's it. We've done it. We've done it.
Yeah.
We've been through all the sentences. Okay, and learned something. Angelika, it's over to you to talk about anything you like and the next show, which you're about.
The next show may be a little bit shorter. I'll have to see, because the next letter is, of course, the letter C, and there aren't that many German words beginning with C. I have found one tongue twister which is with ch rather than c. But I haven't found any idioms yet, so that will be a great challenge for me to find some idioms where a German word, where hopefully the key word starts with a C.
And Chris is saying thank you for the show. This show has been broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch in Angelika, Ask Angelika. And if you want to know more about German, go to Ask Angelika. It's also been live on our webpage. And we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time. Until then, take care. Auf Wiedersehen. No, you say it. You say it.
Yeah.
I'll...
Tschüss von mir.
Und tschüss von mir. Bis später.